Welcome guys, this is Alco1983 for Duel 47. In this duel I'm facing trickster96. And I'm using a new deck of mine, which is anti-meta gadgets. I have a gadget Xyz deck with Ultimate Offering. This one also has gadgets and Ultimate Offering, but this one is more anti-meta. It has a lot of cards that, well, are there to take down the meta. There's a lot of cards that are good against wind-ups, against Insectors, against Dino Rabbits. And you can see in my hand the crap Macrocosmos. That works a lot better than I expected originally. And seeing as this deck doesn't rely on the graveyard really, Macrocosmos really helps in taking down the opponent. Because my opponent will feel that Macrocosmos is annoying in this duel. Now my opponent just passes the turn to me here after using Dragoonity Ravine. So I special summon Photon Thrasher with its effect. Get yellow gadget out, adding green gadget to my hand, and then overlay them. Level 1, Photon Slasher. Level 1, yellow gadget overlay. Nitaye monster de overlay network kochiki. Xyz Shokan. Arawario. Numbers 39. Kibo Hope. Hopkin Slasher. Just had to do that again. Alright, that'll be the only time in this duel because I'm pretty sure this is the only Xyz summon I'm able to pull off. Because next to Utopia, Thrasher, Yellow Gadget, and Green Gadget, there's only one more monster that I'm going to be able to pull off to summon, because he's not going to allow me to add a new gadget to my hand, and after that I'm just going to draw spells and traps and spells and traps and no monsters. Because this deck has quite a lot of trap cards, and that is also the reason why you won't see Heavy Storm in my deck. Instead I have 3 MSD. But I have a lot of level 4 monsters. I have Thrasher twice, I have all the gadgets 3 times, and I have Fossil Dyna, whatever the difficult name how you pronounce it. Can't exactly remember. But yeah, I have that one too. So here I summon Green Gadget, want to use its effect to add Red Gadget, but he activates Fiendish Chain on my summon. Meaning Green Gadget can't, well, its effect is negated, so I can't add a Red Gadget to my hand. And Green Gadget can't attack either. So I just set Compulsory Evacuation Device and end my turn. See what my opponent is able to pull off. What Dragoonity will come next? Dun, 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 dun. Playing Dragoonity Ravine, discarding Terraforming, adding Ackless to her hand, which I didn't expect. I would expect Ackless to go to the graveyard, but here I'm just kind of trolling Dragoonity Ducks. I'm not using Compulse yet. I'm waiting for Phalanx to get equipped, then sending it back to the hand so that Phalanx will be sent to the graveyard again, just trolling a bit. I could have also waited for a Synchro Summon and then use it, but I decided to do this because maybe he has a Synchro that like is able to negate something, I don't know. Just didn't want to take any risks like I sometimes do when I'm not recording. So I just get rid of it like this. Here he has 500 life points left, and here I'm just, okay, now I just need to like get one more monster because he's gonna continuously place defenses. And Utopia can destroy that defense monster, but Green Gadget can't attack, so I'll need another monster to take him out. Now here I play Book of Moon, flipping Ducks into face down defense position, meaning a card can't be equipped to it. Its effect would add Dragoonity Phalanx to it as an equip card, but you can't equip anything to a face down card. Except for like, no, you can't equip it, you can target certain stuff, but it depends on the card, like Nightmare Wheel, the continuous trap, that can target a face down card and like stay equipped to it. It's not exactly an equip, but it can continuously target it. Alright, here I play Pot of Duality. I believe he says, good game, thinking I'm gonna get a monster, but no, I get Warning, Cosmos, and Torrential Tribute. I don't get it. So the duel isn't over just yet. Here I decide, you know, Torrential, I'm not going to destroy my own stuff, and I already have Solemn Judgment, so I don't think I need Warning. I go for Macrocosmos instead to make sure the rest of our cards go to the are banished instead of going to the graveyard. Meaning the Dragoonities can't be called back from the graveyard anymore. There are some in there right now, but as soon as they come out of there, they are banished instead of going to the graveyard. And everything that is discarded by, for example, cards of consonance, those are also banished due to Macrocosmos, because Macrocosmos' effect has make sure that any card that is sent to the graveyard is banished instead. And something else it does is if a card specifically states that for an effect you need to send it to the graveyard, then that effect is not able to happen. Like when you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to do this and this, that is made impossible by Macrocosmos because you can't send it to the graveyard because everything's banished. If it says discard this card to then it is possible because it doesn't specifically state that it needs to go to the graveyard. So that way you can sort of dodge Macrocosmos' effect. Now here he brings out Dragoonity Legionnaire. I'm like, you know what, I want to finish it off. Solemn Judgment that thing. Pay 4,000 life points, I'm not afraid. Negate the summon of Legionnaire. Have an open field. And Utopia should be able to finish it off. Right? Not yet. Trickster96 has one extra thingy. Malefic Stardust Dragon. Yeah. By banishing a Stardust Dragon from your extra deck, you can special summon Malefic Stardust Dragon from your hand. So, what now? Green Gadget is attacked, but I negate that attack using Utopia's effect. What Utopia's effect does is, when a monster declares an attack, you can detach an Xyz material from Utopia and negate that attack. But that does come at a cost in the end, because if Utopia doesn't have any Xyz materials and it's targeted for an attack, it doesn't matter by what it's targeted by, but as long as it's targeted for an attack while it has no Xyz materials, Utopia is destroyed by its own effect. And seeing as that destroying happens when it's targeted, and the targeting of the attack happens during the battle step, which is before the damage step. This is complicated rulings, by the way. Since it happens during the battle step, before the damage step, because battle step goes before damage step, should be clear to the competitive players out there. If any monster, let's say 500 attack Dragoonity Phalanx, attacks Utopia in attack mode who has no Xyz materials, Utopia's effect will destroy Utopia the moment it's targeted for the attack. But since the amount of monsters, or at least the possible targets on my side of the field, have changed because Utopia has left my field, my opponent will get a replay. Replay means they can either decide to cancel their attack, meaning to not attack anymore, or they can decide to attack a different monster, or the same monster would the targeted monster still be there, but they can still target something else. So they could still target Green Gadget with Dragoonity Phalanx, would they want it. But in this case, I wouldn't do it if I were her, because Green Gadget has more attack points than Phalanx. But yeah, that's how the replay works. Now here, as I said, I continuously draw trap cards, and my opponent's not exactly getting pissed, but keeps on summoning like Dragoonity Legionnaire, Dragoonity Ducks, but I keep on using trap cards like Bottomless Trapple, Dimensional Prison to take him out. And I believe here comes Assault Beast. I didn't see that one coming, but apparently my opponent has Assault Mode activated. I saw the deck recipe afterwards, and my opponent runs Assault Mode Activate, which is a trap which can send a card from your field to the graveyard. In this case, in her deck, it's Stardust Dragon, to special summon Stardust Dragon Assault Mode from your deck. And Stardust Dragon Assault Mode has really, really powerful effects. But yeah, Stardust Dragon was never summoned in this deck. My traps were able to negate that. So here I use Potter Duality, add Fossil Dyna, Pachycephalo to my hand. I normal summon it, attack directly with it, deal the final bits of damage, and I win the game. Trickster96, I thank you for the duel. It was a lot of fun. We'll definitely be dueling again in the future, as I promised. Also, I'm welcoming you to my channel. And don't worry, it's not like she will be like uploading for my channel. She's just a new subscriber. And I welcome you to my channel, and I hope you'll be enjoying all the duels that are to come. I guess I'll explain to you and the other new people here what I do besides this. I also do vlogs. You'll be able to see that if you just scroll through my videos. Also, if you have a deck request, just any kind of deck, really any kind of deck that you'd like to see me use, you can also suggest really weird decks. You can request that, and I will do that duel. I currently already have 6 deck requests that I'm working on. 2 are almost done, so that'll probably be Duel 48, but I don't know. People can request up to 1 thing at a time and can only request a second thing once the first request has been done. Also, if there's any deck that you've seen in any of my duels that you'd like to see a deck profile of, you can also request that, and I'll record that and upload it. Alright, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the duel and that I've informed you enough of the possibilities of my duel videos. This was Alco103, signing out.